My family's watching football, so if you hear, like, screaming, it's my family. So hey guys, I've been wanting to do this video since like last year, so I'm pretty pumped for this. It's my top 10 books of 2015. I read so many things this year. I read 58, and I say things because some of them were novellas, some of them were graphic novels. It was a really great reading year. A lot of wonderful books came out, and I got around to reading a lot of wonderful books. So without further ado, these are my favorites of 2015. We're gonna start number 10 with the graphic novel NIMONA by Noel Stevenson. This book was so good. Sometimes I just read it, like I just pick it up and flip to a random page and just start reading it just before I go to bed because it's so quick to read and it's so good. I wanted to do a book talk about this, but I had read it and then I had read more books and just too much time had passed. Just look at it, the colors, and just is about friendship, about love, about heroes and villains, and it takes place in a really cool setting, medieval time where there are swords and knights and stuff, but then there's also like science, like really cool technology. If you're not in love with the setting, then you'll fall in love with the characters, and then you'll fall in love with the plot, and it's just 10 out of 10 would recommend. Technically 5 out of 5 because all of these books were rated 5 stars on Goodreads. Next up we have ILLUMINAE by AMIE, KAUFMAN, and KRISTOFF, which is on my bookshelf right there, actually. This book was so cool. I'm thinking of doing a book talk about it once I finish reading the audiobook. Listening to the audiobook. Don't read sound, Abby. But I've read the book, like the physical thing. I just heard that the audiobook was so cool, so I had to listen to it. It's a sci-fi. It starts on this planet Carenza and it's under attack. These ships come to save the people on the planet from this attack. There are a few ships that take the refugees and want to go to a safe place, right? Where other people are and will be able to protect them. Because right now, this planet is so far away from civilization. You know, when you go to a small town, like in the middle of nowhere, that's basically what this planet is, like so far away from civilization. And so all these ships with the refugees are going to a safe place, but the bad ship that, you know, attacked the people in the first place, they're trying to get to those ships before those ships get to safety. Because they don't want anyone to know that they were, like, being evil and stuff. So, if you want to know more about that, then read it. It's also told in such an interesting way. It's a collection of interviews and chat rooms, and the computer talks to you, and it's not written like a traditional novel, which I love. Number 8 is CLOCKWORK Princess. Now, if you haven't read any of the Mortal Instruments or the Infernal Devices or like anything Shadowhunter related, you need to. Because there's a TV show coming out soon, there's the next series coming out soon, and then there'll be another series and then another series, and I think that's it for Shadowhunters. But read it in order of publication. Don't read it like the Mortal Instruments series, all 6 of them, and then the Infernal Devices. Just don't do that. The Infernal Devices is so cool. It takes place before the Mortal Instruments. Basically, Shadowhunters, gonna give you a brief explanation of that. Whew, how am I gonna do this? It's basically this race of people that were like chosen by the angel to sort of protect humanity from demons and monsters and all of that jazz. So they have all these cool weapons. They can like draw like these tattoo things on themselves that'll like give them enhanced stamina or like other stuff. Crazy stuff goes down. That's just the world building that I'm telling you. But the characters are so interesting. The specific scenarios of like the series, oh, it's so good. Number 7 is Alive by Scott Sigler, which at the very back of the book, there's like a letter from the author to the reader. And it's basically saying just don't spoil the book. Because, you know, it's so easy to spoil with the internet. And you might be thinking like, well why would an author say it? Obviously you don't want to spoil something. But I don't think you understand how easy it is to spoil this book. The thing on the front flap that like tells you what the book's about, it literally just tells you what the first scene of the book is, because the rest of the book is a total mystery. I'll tell you the first scene that happens. So this girl wakes up and she's in this coffin type thing. She has no idea who she is. She has no idea how she got there. She has no idea what's going on. She like climbs out of this coffin, and when she gets out, she's in this room and there are several other coffin things just like the one that she was in. Alright, cool. Number 6 I actually lent out, so I don't have it, which is sad. I hate being apart from this, but it's Carry On by Rainbow Rowell, which is a great book to read over like the wintry area. I have a book talk about it, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. If you want to look at it, it's here, but it's by Rainbow Rowell, so obviously the characters are gonna be so easy to fall in love with and so relatable and so wonderful. So it's just magic and lovely things, okay? I'd recommend. Number 5 is the Shatter Me series by TAHEREH and MAFI. First 2 books, they're pretty great. The 3rd book is fantastic because you can see what the author was trying to do. You can see where she was going with the characters. Character development. Basic premise of it is that there's this girl, Juliet, and she lives in this like slightly futuristic world. When she touches someone, they endure excruciating pain and or die. Her parents thought that she was a freak and a monster, so they sent her away to this like prison basically. It's like a mental asylum, but basically it's a prison. She has no communication with anyone ever, but obviously she's not in there forever, so stuff goes down. Go read it. Number 4 is another Cassandra Clare book, City of Heavenly Fire. Again, like I said, if you haven't read any of the Mortal Instruments books, but this final book in the series was written so well. It was so well. It connected all the things that needed to be connected. I got the new covers for Christmas. Next up is An Ember in the Ashes by SABAA TAHIR. Guys, this book was so good. I'm gonna reread it real quick. I'm gonna do a book talk about it. I was told it was a standalone, like a fantasy standalone, and I was like, that's crazy. It's not a standalone. If it were a standalone, I'd die. I'm gonna stop freaking out and tell you what it's about. So An Ember in the Ashes is a fantasy. There's a corrupt government type thing. It's the Empire is what's happening. The people that matter in this society are the people that are in the military, the people that are protecting the Empire. There's this academy called Black Cliff Academy. You don't choose to go there, and you can't choose to leave. If you leave, then you get hunted and killed. And one of the main characters, Elias, is there. And the other main character, Leia, she's basically a slave because she's in the other group, the group that isn't military. It's the people that are like the scholars and the artists. Both of our main characters are unhappy with the situations that they're in, so they go to fix it. Queen of Shadows by Sarah J. Maas is number 2 on the list. If you haven't read Throne of Glass, I have a book talk for 1 and 2, and I have filmed and I am currently editing a book talk for 3 and 4. So you can click on these to just go do it. Oh gosh. The first book is super interesting, super cool. Second book, holy crap, that's good. Third book is mind-blowing. The fourth book, which I just read, is I can't describe how great it is. It's basically Harry Potter for me because I didn't read Harry Potter as it came out, but I know how many people were like waiting for the next book, waiting for what was gonna happen, having all these theories. That's how I am with this series. This is my Harry Potter basically. I mean, Harry Potter is also my Harry Potter, but this is like Harry Potter 2.0 for me. Number 1, if you didn't guess this, it's Harry Potter. It's the Harry Potter series. I feel like I don't even need to talk about it that much because you all kind of know what it's about. But Happy New Year's, you guys. Have a good reading year. If you haven't read any of these books, I highly, highly recommend you read them. They were all fantastic. So, Happy New Year. Bye. I just realized I filmed the entire video without my light on. Maybe 2016 will be the year where I stop doing stupid things. Maybe. We'll see. Who knows? Yeah, probably. Oh my god. That's fine. It can stay there.